If you're new to vlogging, it can be kind of overwhelming at first, standing in like a sea of people all looking at you wondering, what is this person doing? So in this video, we're gonna share 7 practical vlogging tips for making vlogging less overwhelming and more fun. Let's dive into it.
You gotta just press record.
So tip number 1 is to just remember that nobody actually cares as much as you think they might care. If you just like vlogging out here, I'm here with Macy today and we're just vlogging, there's people all around us, thousands and thousands of people. And every once in a while, you might get a few little stares, but you just gotta remember that none of these people are ever gonna see you again. They might kind of look, like I always see people kind of like look at what I'm doing in the background, and I just think it's kind of funny personally. So if you can just kind of get over that barrier, something I kind of like to do is to just practice a little bit, practice a couple of your bullet points or something, and just know that as you start vlogging throughout your day, it's gonna get a lot easier and you're gonna feel more comfortable as you keep doing it more and more. So in an ideal world, you can kind of block out all those other distractions and you can just focus on the story that you need to tell and the bullet points that you need to deliver, and that's gonna make for a better video. Macy, do you think it's awkward when people stare at us?
Yes.
You know?
We'll never see them again.
Exactly, you just gotta get over it. So our second tip for the day is to have a shot list or some sort of outline that you follow for your vlog, because it just makes things a lot easier when it comes time to record your different A-roll sections if you just have a list of stuff that you need to capture for today. So for today's video, I scripted out the hook fully. So at the beginning, we just know exactly what we're gonna say to capture that attention. And then for the 7 tips of this video, I have just like the bolded title of what the tip is, and then a few bullet points of information based on each individual tip. And I'll just work through those bullet points 1 sentence at a time. And then it just keeps me locked in and kind of focused so I know exactly what I have captured already for the day and what I have not captured. Vlogs are also supposed to feel a little bit more candid and less scripted. So we don't really encourage you to try to script out fully your entire vlog, but ideally you would have a couple of bullet points that you could be working through to keep you on track. So our next tip is to upgrade your microphone. And when you're vlogging, it can actually be super hard to capture good audio because you're moving the camera around so much. And even if you want to like put it further away from you and set it down somewhere, obviously you need to get good audio. So the closer you are to your camera, the better audio you'll get. But even better than that is actually getting some sort of wireless microphone that you can clip onto yourself. Like right now, I have the Hollyland Lark M2 underneath my shirt with the windscreen on. So this is a great audio solution that's actually pretty affordable. That's gonna just elevate your audio to the next level to get really good sounding clips. One of the most awkward things I've seen when I watch people vlog is that they don't even realize their audio sounds bad. And so me as the viewer, I'm like watching their vlogs and there's so much background noise or like wind noise going on, and it feels like they don't even know it's happening. So if you can avoid this, if at all possible, it's gonna help you just connect with your viewer a little bit more. For context, this is what my audio would sound like if I was not using a microphone. You can hear a lot more of the ambient sounds around me. It's just a little bit more distracting. And this is that exact same environment with the Hollyland Lark M2 on. It sounds way better. So for everything we've done at Disneyland the last couple of days, I've been using the Hollyland Lark M2, but there's 2 other microphones you should check out if you're just a beginner that are actually pretty affordable. The first would be the DJI Mic Mini system. This is gonna be a little bit more expensive than the Hollyland Lark M2, but the sound quality is outstanding. We love this microphone, and we've actually done some dedicated reviews that we'll link down in the description below. And then the other microphone is one that we just got in. It's actually called the Boya Mini. It's like the world's smallest microphone, and the sound quality is actually really good. So that's a really discreet option as well. There's lots of wireless microphones out there, but these are a few really good options. So our next tip is to just record as much B-roll as you possibly can. So B-roll is just that supplemental footage that you can put on top of your A-roll to sort of reinforce whatever you're talking about in your vlogs. But B-roll is also super helpful for covering any mistakes or cuts that you have to make while you're filming. So of course I've been making lots of mistakes while vlogging, and I use all of that B-roll to cover up some of those cuts to just make the edit feel a little bit more seamless. And then I don't have to put the pressure on me to get everything perfect in one take. So while we're out here today, I just always have either my iPhone or my ZV-1 Mark II with me, and I'm taking as much B-roll as I possibly can of all the rides we're doing at Disneyland, as well as just hanging out with Macy. Now, even though we told you to upgrade your microphone, our 5th tip would be to still keep your setup as simple as you can. So I have a lot of cameras, and I could have brought any camera for this trip, but I chose the ZV-1 Mark II as my vlogging camera. It's a really simple camera to use, very easy to use, and a little Sony vlogging handle. That's actually a new vlogging handle that's been released in the last couple of weeks, and it has a little detachable remote where I could control my camera just with this remote. So it's a cool device. And then beyond that, I'm just using a microphone. So it's a really simple setup, and I could just use my iPhone, but I find that the ZV-1 II gives me a little bit better image quality. But overall, the setup is really easy and just lets me focus on my storytelling and working through my bullet points and not really worrying too much about my tech. There's actually a built-in ND filter in the ZV-1 II as well, so I'm able to get some good exposure and it's not too bright on me, and I can still shoot at correct camera settings with that internal ND. So overall, this tip really is just don't worry too much about your gear. Don't have to get like too Frankenstein with it where you got all these different things. Keep it as simple as you can. That lets you focus on your story. So tip number 6 is to put on some sunglasses. This is actually gonna help a lot because then people don't know where you're looking. It's always awkward when you're vlogging and everybody's just staring at you wondering, what's that person filming? What are they doing? Well, sunglasses kind of let you look around a little bit more. And somebody you can check out is like Casey Neistat. He's really famous for wearing sunglasses while he vlogs. And he says that it helps him so that he can actually like look, right now I have my flip out screen and I can look at my flip out screen instead of trying to look right into the camera, which can be kind of intimidating. I can just look over and make sure my composition is correct, but it doesn't really look like my eyes are floating around all over the place. So that's a good tip. I mean, it helps kind of with your confidence, but also practically speaking, you can look at the composition on your phone or your little vlog screen and your viewers won't really know your eyes aren't looking directly into the lens. Now, our final tip of this video is to leverage what are called voiceovers. So voiceovers are just recording your audio or your A-roll after the fact. Instead of needing to be like so concerned about getting all your vlog shots perfectly correct when you're recording right here out and about, you can use the voiceover format to fill in some of those missing pieces that you maybe missed while you were recording out trying to get your vlog. So the way that this looks practically is to just like do your best to try to capture what you can while you're out in a cool environment. But if you need to, you can go back to your home studio or something like that. Go home, maybe even try to match the environment that you were in. So if you were outside, you could go outside and vlog so that the audio is gonna sound similar to where you were in your original environment. So I'm out here at Disneyland, there's kind of music going on. I could go maybe to like a more downtown area of the city that I live, and then the audio is gonna match more seamlessly. And I could cover all of that voiceover section of my video with B-roll, and it still feels like I was in that same environment. The thing about vlogging is you are going to mess up, and you're gonna need to be able to kind of cover those mistakes at times. Macy knows, I mean, I'm out here, this is like take number 20 of me of the day. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. But it's really important to know, like, don't be too hard on yourself. Just try to get what you can when you're actually in your environment. And if you need to voice over some stuff later, you can always do that. So those are our 7 tips for making vlogging less overwhelming and more fun. And if you want to check out some of our favorite vlogging cameras for beginners, you can click or tap the screen right here to check out that video, and we'll see you in the next one.